Hello. This week we're beginning a series of reflections on our Old Testament readings. We've been looking at 1 Peter and Romans over the last 4 months, and now we're going to go back to some of the ancient stories of the Hebrew Scriptures. The stories Jesus himself would have been raised on, and the stories of the people from whom he came. We start this week with the account of Jacob wrestling the angel. It comes from the 32nd chapter of the book of Genesis, and we're beginning at verse 22. Here's our text. The same night he got up and took his 2 wives, his 2 maids, and his 11 children, and crossed the ford of the Jabbok. He took them and sent them across the stream, and likewise everything that he had. Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until daybreak. When the man saw that he did not prevail against Jacob, he struck him on the hip socket, and Jacob's hip was put out of joint as he wrestled with him. Then he said, "Let me go, for the day is breaking." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." So he said to him, "What is your name?" And he said, "Jacob." Then the man said, "You shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel. For you have striven with God and with humans and have prevailed." Then Jacob asked him, "Please tell me your name." But he said, "Why is it that you ask my name?" And there he blessed him. So Jacob called the place Peniel, saying, "For I have seen God face to face, and yet my life is preserved." I've always been struck by this story of Jacob wrestling the angel and the angel wrestling Jacob. How amazing, after all, that a simple man should have the determination and doggedness to wrestle the Almighty. And how astonishing that the Almighty would stay to be wrestled with. There's something very touching about the way that the angel comes to Jacob in his hour of need and fear as he sends his wives and children over the stream ahead of him. Jacob is waiting for daybreak, waiting for the reckoning with his brother Esau after long years of estrangement. He's on the run from his father-in-law Laban after years of ducking and diving and swindling and being swindled. He's negotiated an uneasy truce with Laban, but who knows how long that will hold. And the last time he saw Esau was planning to kill him. The last time Jacob had an encounter with an angel, he was on the run from Esau, and Jacob dreamed of a ladder coming down from heaven. Promises were made to him about possession of the land, about building a family. Now, 20 years later, he finds himself on the run again. He knows that everything hangs in the balance. And when the angel turns up, he starts wrestling. You might have thought it was more a night for battling one's demons than a night for wrestling an angel. Fears and failures and grudges and threats, all in a roiling mess in his head. But the Lord wants to get through. The Lord wants to be face to face with Jacob and bless him. It's not completely clear from the text who starts the wrestling, but it seems as though Jacob's response to God turning up is to do what Jacob always does. He picks a fight. Sometimes we can be so incredibly stubborn. God comes to bless us and we wrestle and we fight and we keep on doing things in our own strength and our own way, even when we and everyone else can see that it really isn't working all that well. In our pain, we keep going. But God doesn't let go. God holds us in our pain. C.S. Lewis once said that God whispers to us in our pleasures but shouts to us in our pain. So God and Jacob wrestle, but Jacob won't give in. He just absolutely won't. Have you ever been in a situation like that? Perhaps you have felt God wrestling with you to take or leave a particular path, to step into something new, or to confront something that's been dragging you down. Perhaps you feel that right now. And it's not always easy, is it? On this occasion, when Jacob is at his most vulnerable, he walks away from this encounter with God, apparently worse off than he was before, because now he has a dislocated hip, as well as all his other woes to contend with. These encounters with God that really challenge us may leave us feeling bruised and shaken. I know I've had a few moments when a divine reality check has left me feeling quite overwhelmed and disorientated. Perhaps the further away from God we have wandered, the more an experience like this shakes us. Jacob comes away with a permanent limp, but he also comes away with a new name, a new identity, and a renewed relationship with God. These last months have left a lot of us feeling shaken and perhaps even wounded. Yet we have also known blessing as individuals and as a church family. As we think about this account of Jacob and the angel, I wonder whether some of us might look back to the times when we've been wounded or come away limping and see where the angel was. What was the gift in that encounter? What changed about us, about our identity, or about our relationship with God? I venture to hope, I venture to trust that even in these difficult times when many of us may feel that we are limping along, we'll also be confident that we've been held in the arms of the angels of God who came to bless us. I pray that we'll have wisdom and insight to see what new identity God invites us to step into. Because when all is said and done, God is faithful. God holds us. God blesses us. God names us as his own. And in our darkest hours, God stays with us until daybreak. Bless you.